everybody, and welcome to this overview for Kids Project Life albums. We're going to start out the video here at my album wall, and this is just where all of our Project Life albums live, and specifically we're talking about kids albums today, and I want to share with you the overview of where those are. So my kids albums start right here. This is Kayla's chunk of albums. Her album color is getting updated, so it starts out with that chevron album, which years ago I stopped using all different types of albums and I switched to just using a specific color for specific, people. Like our family albums are all the blue ones. Kayla's is this chunk right here, the pink, and then the chevron one. And then Violet has the lime green, and then Andrew has the black album. And in each of these albums, there are several different years. So I do my album spines. I number by volume. So like this is volume 1. This is Family History Baby Pages 2008 through 2012. And then this is album 2 because even though it's volume 1, it is album 2 because she has a baby album. So then I have, and I think my spines need to be updated as well. So this is volume 2, and then this might need to say volume or album 1. And then, so anyways, you get the idea. There's volume 2, and then this is all of 2013 and all of 2014. So obviously this album has quite a bit more like years in it than this one does. This only has 2, and then it looks like about 2 per album from there. But then it's the same thing I do for Violet's albums and Andrew's albums. And then these are albums that they will take with them when they move out. So that was always my goal, that I would do from the time that they were a baby through the end of high school. And then that's all of the albums that I will do for them. So baby pages, when you see Andrew's album, you're going to see some pages that are, well, all of my kids' albums have traditional pages, but Andrew's album is going to look a little different. And I'll talk about that in the overview video portion when I take you inside each of the albums. So the albums I get from scrapbook.com, a lot of these ones that I have are from the We Are Memory Keepers line. They don't have those anymore. They're now the scrapbook.com line. They're the same style album and I'm able to get the same colors. So that is where I get them. You will notice that Violet needs a couple new albums. I'm not sure what the situation is with one of her albums. It's coming apart. Like this part of it is coming apart. And then this is one that was from Becky Higgins, and it really came apart. So Violet's albums are the only ones that need a lot of work because there's about a 2.5 year period that is completely missing from her album because we moved several times in 6 months. We were relocating and we had to move several times. And then I was pregnant with Andrew and had a very hard pregnancy. And then I had him. And so those years are not like great in her albums, but I have all the stuff to put it into her album, right? So I'm not worried about it. So that's the overview of the album. So I'm going to pop you on my up on my stand, and then we're going to take a look inside each of these albums so you can get an idea of how I've done this, and then there'll be some other resources for you guys to getting inside of these albums.
All right, let me dive into an overview of the kids' album. Now, just for context, I have 3 kids, and I've been memory keeping since they were born. I was memory keeping and scrapbooking when I had my kids, but I did it very differently in the beginning of their life than I do it now. So I want to show you not only an overview of how, not only that I did it and it worked when I was doing it, but also when it started to not work, how I pivoted and how I do it now. So the first album I want to show you is Kayla's first album. Now you can see there's some sticky notes on this, and her albums are the ones that are in the most work because currently when I'm filming this, I am diving into her albums and getting them fixed and situated and getting things printed and getting things put in them and getting the albums overhauled, because she is at this point close to the end of her high school career, which is where I will be ending doing an album for her, right? So the first thing that you're going to notice is that it's kind of a mess. Now, she does have a baby album, like a first, it's like her first year and second year, and they're all traditional pages. So my goal with that album is to get those scanned, get them printed, and then get them in here so that she'll have a copy of that. And then I will just keep the layouts that I did that are more traditional, that look like this. So a lot of Kayla's beginning of her life stuff looks a lot like this, because I was doing memory keeping in a traditional way. So this is her first year album, and you can also see, sorry about that, I have sticky notes, I have dividers, I have page protectors, right? It's all set up. I am currently working on this. So that, and when I go back to do her album, to put her album together from the beginning, I will be using pocket pages to fill in the gaps and fill in photos. I have access to the photos. I don't need to do everything in a traditional form. So I have notes on that, and I'm working through that. Now, if you're interested in seeing me work through different aspects of my kids' album, I do all of that in my membership community, and you can always find past projects that I've worked on. I'm sure that I have shared all of the things that I've done with the kids' album in that. So if you're interested in that, you can always join my membership group. Okay, so the next album I have for Kayla is one you've probably seen more recently, and this is her 2019-2020 album, and it has a lot more in it. So you can see that there are definitely a lot more pocket page items, because I do, the way I keep caught up with my kids' stuff is using the Project Life app, and I'll go into that here at the end of how I do this now. But you can see that there's stuff missing for sure. There's pages I need to get printed. I was behind for several years. I was a good 3 years behind before I got caught up recently. And you can see that this is the way, there's much more in here, because even if I'm not getting things into the album, I am staying caught up with her pages. So you can see also that I do add traditional layouts still in the mix. So while I keep up on a monthly basis in the app and adding photos, I definitely, when I have special photos or the mood strikes me, I definitely add traditional pages. So this is her, currently this is her most current album. She needs another album because I have been working outside of an album, and I recently shared this where I just started because I didn't have an album, and I started to drop things in. I use sticky notes to make sure I keep in track or keep things in chronological order. I've been doing really large photos for title pages to break things up. There's things in here like different achievements that she has, different extra things she has as she is doing theater and different things, and she did volleyball. Here's a traditional layout there. Things are dated. And then she did volleyball for a while. Here's some work that I have in here, just a couple pieces. And then currently, this is the year 2024 that I am staying current in. So you can see I have some extra things. So that's the way Kayla's looks. Now for Violet, she has a couple issues. The first issue is I was very sick when she was born. You can see her first album has nothing in it. Doesn't even have any sticky notes. But I do know this is the album I want to use for it. The next thing that she has is this. So when she was born, I was really sick. I was in a coma for a little while after she was born. And then a year into her life, we relocated. And so we moved about 3 times in the matter of 6 months before we really got settled. And then I also was pregnant with Andrew, and then I had a baby, and then I all of a sudden had 3 kids. So she has a lot of work that I need to do in her album. And so this I know for sure will be her first album. And then this is when I put together, this album was a Becky Higgins album, and unfortunately it's fallen apart quite a bit. But I just did, for like her first, second year, I just did it like this. And so I definitely need to go back and fix this and add it to here, and that is my plan for her album. So there's not a lot done in the first few years of her albums, but of course her recent albums, she definitely has a lot more. So then Andrew, when I had Andrew, is when I really found Project Life and started using Project Life. So the first part of his album are traditional layouts. And I was doing traditional layouts, and in fact, I found Project Life while working on one of his layouts really late. It was like 2 o'clock in the morning. I was working on a traditional layout and feeling very overwhelmed, and like I was never going to get my memory keeping like back in a really good groove. And I found Project Life, and it really changed the way that I approached memory keeping. So the first part of his album is done in traditional layouts, but I also have some Project Life stuff that I did using the cards, and that sort of starts it out. There's not a lot of things that are filled out because, again, I will go back and I will fill that out. And then as we get into Andrew's life, and when I was documenting for him, you're gonna see that this is where I switched to the Project Life style of pages, and it was really in the beginning of doing Project Life, and so things looked a little bit different. I took multiple photos. I was still in that space of taking multiple photos of an event or of a moment and putting them in the album, and that's not the way that I do it currently, but it is the way that I did it then. And then also all of his stuff was in physical pockets. There wasn't an app. I wasn't using the app for his stuff back then. So that's the way the beginning of his album looks. And now let's take a look at how his album looks now. His album looks much like the girls' albums look now. So I add in things to his album. This is a traditional style page that I did, and then this is a 6x8 photo. But his pages look exactly like the girls' pages look. And let me share with you how I do my kids' album now. So with the Project Life app, I do a 2-page spread per month per kid. So this was February 2020. I did 2 pages, and then I just pick out 7 to 8 photos for the month, and they're just overview photos of what the month looked like. You can do journaling in the app. For a lot of these, for 2020, I was not doing the journaling monthly. Currently, if you check out my membership community, you will see that I share my kids' pages every month in the process of doing it. And I've recently started getting back into the habit of adding the journaling before I close out the page. And then that way, when I get the pages printed through the app, then I can have the journaling already done. But you can see here that I did a different style layout than the Design A. So normally I just do the Design A, but the great thing with the Project Life app is on this side, I did a different layout, and it didn't matter because these are individually printed. So this is a whole 12 by 12 print, and this is a 12 by 12 print. I'm not worried about pockets, so I can do something a little bit different. I wanted to feature this photo of him in a larger space, and so I was was able to do that. And then same thing with here. I didn't have a lot of photos for the month of July, so I did larger photos on this side, but it's still his July 2020 layout. And then here's August. So you can see the different style page protectors that you can use when using the app. So now this is how I do my kids' album currently, is for each kid, I do one layout per month for that month, and there's an overview. Now there's some page protectors in here for him for the rest of his pages, and then like I said, anything that is extra that I want to put in the album, I just put it in between the month. So this was a really cute photo my friend sent me. He was up at her house and they were having something built, and they were having a building added to their property, and he went out and was like making friends with the contractor and was like helping him, and the guy was really nice and let him help. And my friend snapped a photo and sent it to me, and so I did this, and you can see I haven't added any journaling yet, but I can. And then this was from that same month, and so I just added the larger photo, and it just slips right between January 2020. So like I said, currently I am sharing all of my kids' progress and the things that I'm doing in their album. I am doing that in my membership group, so you can check that out and see monthly how that is coming together. But otherwise, it's super simple, and I love having the kids' album super simple where I can keep up with it and I don't feel like I'm getting behind, even though I don't really like using that word, or like feeling like you don't have to be caught up. I was like several years behind with their albums for quite a while, and it was easy over a holiday break. I got all 3 kids' albums caught up for 3 past years, and it was super easy to do that using this method. So if you have any questions, please let me know. Otherwise, I will catch you in my next video, and I hope that this has been helpful to take a look at how I put together my kids' albums. Thank you for joining me for this video. Here on the screen are 2 other videos that you can check out if you're interested in seeing some more memory keeping. I would love for you to subscribe to the channel and give this video a thumbs up. It helps YouTube be nice to me. I always appreciate it when YouTube is nice to me. So thank you so much, and I will catch you in my very next video.